Hi, welcome to this design story. A design story is about people collaborating and creating solutions. Whether you're a seasoned executive or an intrigued browser, either way, there are useful findings derived from what a team of builders was thinking while creating and what they learned through their problem solving. That's what this is all about. Lessons learned. This particular series of episodes is a tribute to revered former colleagues, namely, inspired product leaders, fellow designers, an extraordinary VP of engineering and his teams, dedicated solution architects in the field, and an amazing sales executive. From our venture together, I'm going to tell you what we learned from creating the software designed to deliver software faster. 3 years in a row, the analyst said it was the best amongst its kind, and I will share with you why. To a degree, software isn't so much about technology as it is about people, those who create it, for those who use it, and what is achieved with the software. There's awareness. Today's world runs on software. Enterprises that make software want to deliver product value to their customers faster. They want to do it accurately, they want to do it repeatedly, and predictably. After features are defined and designed, it all starts with code software engineers put into a repository. Now, the objective is to deploy artifacts to environments frequently and error-free. For this, automations are necessary. Best practices for automating deployments at enterprise scale requires an adaptive architecture with reusable application models, reusable environment models, automated process steps, and properties and parameters management. So, you create your application starting with at least one tier, which is simply a construct for grouping and organizing the components that make up the application. You import your artifacts from your repository and set up process steps for unpacking the file into the application model. Next, you set up process steps for deploying the entire application to a server, or as it's commonly referred to, an environment, which can have numerous servers, also called resources. Finally, you just map the application tier to the environment tier, and boom, you deploy. Okay, so why am I showing you this? As you can see, there is a distinct structure we gave to this process. And as you know, there's more than one way to do things. So what benefit would an organization have in adopting this structured process when its teams may already have their own way of automating deployments? Here's what we were thinking. The product team leadership prioritized scalability to execute up to thousands of deployments daily, flexibility to build different types of complex applications and to configure different types of environments, and reusability of models and component templates. Adaptability is key for long-term competitiveness and evolving wisely when adopting new emerging methods for more resilient applications that reduce the vulnerability of dependencies. Containerized microservices turn traditional monolithic applications into hybrids. Containers are cloud-native, deployed to runtime platforms. It's upon this foundation that we designed a unique enterprise user experience. I'll be showing you the user interface and how this software evolved. But for now, let's look at what we learned. So over the course of 6 years, starting from exploration to validation, eventually to sales and customers, analysts ranked our product number 1. The design challenges we encountered led to useful findings from the mitigating measures we developed. The domain of deployment automation and release orchestration is complex, and so the product for such tasks reflects that, which translates to a steep learning curve for the end user. Mental models are the most effective way to bridge the cognitive gap for users to relate to a software product. Whether the mental model is created deliberately or not, users will invariably form their own, but it risks being misaligned with the logic of the system. So we went through great lengths in ideation to establish the mental models that matched the abstractions of the software for users to engage with confidence. Scalability is the challenge of dealing with large numbers, visualizing, managing, tracking, and first, authoring, which translates to a lot of repetitive tasks. DSL, domain-specific language, where users can type, edit, copy, and paste text rather than click through multiple steps in the user interface. This is one of the most important decisions the product leaders made at the inception of the product, and that decision was spot on in foreseeing its necessity when dealing with the authoring of large numbers of objects in the system. It's one of the pillars to the enterprise user experience. Flexibility is a unique type of challenge because its benefits come at the cost of intricate setups that factor in all variables. Setups can therefore become lengthy. Progressive disclosure, or simply breaking up lengthy interactions into smaller focused steps of input. We took into consideration complex configuration setups from which users could be interrupted and would need to later resume to completion. Designing progressive disclosure well is quite a challenge. It's all in the organization of the steps, balancing the entries, visually conveying structure, and the progress made. Functionality and capability are one aspect of the product, but in the end, it all comes down to how it is experienced by its users. There was a time when enterprise software did not take into consideration the benefits of a superior user experience. Naturally, the backdrop of an engineer-centric culture and top-down sales, there wasn't the need until software engineers started choosing their own tools. Now you have to win over your users. The movement to consumerize enterprise software opened a new chapter for product development to meet higher expectations. We embarked on that journey as pioneers, challenging ourselves every step of the way, every feature, every improvement. We reached for the stars. Thank you for watching this design story. In the next episode, you'll find out, what did the customers see? Who are they? And what do they want?